Hello, this video will explain how to complete the False Confessions Graphic Organizer assignment. So before you begin this assignment, I highly recommend that you also open up the article that we read and annotated in a previous lesson. I have it up on my screen with the highlighting and the notes that we made. You're going to want to toggle back and forth as you complete the graphic organizer. You're going to want access to this information. So once you have that second document open, let's take a look at what you need to do in this assignment. You'll need a topic sentence. That topic sentence is going to introduce your reader to the overall idea that this is a problem in our society, a problem that needs to be solved. And then in the sentences following your topic sentence, you're going to want to break down the problem, essentially educating your reader and analyzing, summarizing who, what, when, where, why, and how the problem, essentially creating ACEs or CERs. So on the left-hand side of your page, you'll see that you have the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why and the how. Okay, and then from left to right, you have your answer, your citation, your explanation, or your ACE, or space for your claim, your evidence, and your reasoning, if you like CER better. So essentially, you're going to fill in this information using the article. You've already highlighted who, what, when, where, why, how. Now it's your job to create these ACEs or CERs. So I've done the first box for you, okay? So my claim, who does this problem impact? Using the article, right, I have this great quote, okay, that reads, "The risk of the innocent confessing to a crime they did not commit increases when the suspect is mentally retarded or a juvenile." So I take that information and I think about, like, who are these people? Well, to me, they're people who are particularly vulnerable. So in my answer or my claim, I want to make that sort of broad statement. This problem affects a vulnerable group of people in America. Then I'm going to want to provide that piece of evidence that supports that claim, that people who are confessing to crimes are particularly vulnerable. So I have my piece of evidence. The risk of the innocent confessing to a crime they did not commit increases when the suspect is mentally retarded or is a juvenile. Okay, directly from the text. And I have my citation of Anzaldúa 2, the last name and the page number from the article. Okay, now that part's not particularly difficult to come up with the claim and the evidence. But the explanation and reasoning, that's where you have to take that information and you have to ask yourself, like, what and why is this problem significant? What impact does it have on our society? How will this affect the future? What connections or inferences can be made? If this, then this. Essentially, we have to make our reader care about this problem through our explanation and our reasoning. If you think back to first semester when we were learning about ethos, pathos, logos, right? We have, right, this logic, okay, this logical piece of evidence that proves, right, that people are particularly vulnerable to this problem. It's in the explanation and reasoning that we have to create that caring, that pathos, that, like, oh my gosh, wow, this information is so shocking that I want to go out and solve this problem, because that's what your paragraph needs to do. It needs to sell to your reader, oh, I need to fix this problem. Okay, so let's read some explanation or reasoning for this particular piece of evidence and claim. This is important to understanding the problem because this group of people can be easily manipulated and taken advantage of due to their lack of understanding during a police interrogation. They could say something that they don't mean or don't understand, including a confession. This could lead to jail time for a crime they didn't commit. So essentially, I have built my ACE or my CER, okay, by writing the sentence, claiming or answering who is affected, and finding a piece of evidence from the text that supports my claim, and then explaining why my reader should care that people of diminished mental capacity or children are particularly affected by false confessions. Now, it's really important when you build your paragraph that you embed this piece of evidence or paraphrase it, right? Put it into your own words. But for right now, we're just going to want to put it in this box. And then as we are crafting our paragraph, we'll be able to start putting these pieces of the puzzle together. Okay. So as you continue this assignment, you'll define the problem, you'll explain where it's happening, when this problem is happening, and how and why it is a problem, and then write a concluding sentence. Just a quick note, your topic sentence wants to just basically introduce the idea of the problem. And then in your concluding paragraph, you want to concluding sentence, remind your reader that this is clearly a major problem. Okay, and that's what you're going to want to do in those two sentences. And in another video, we'll look at a model paragraph that will show you some examples of topic sentences and concluding sentences. Okay, best of luck.